All right, picking back up. Man, I do not like the system, but it's like when you're recording, the phone overrides the recording. And even if I push the button to say, go away off the screen, and go to voicemail, it stops the recording. And I really dislike that feature. But anyway, okay. So what I'm getting at is when we surrender, okay, to who God is, and He knows what we're dealing with. He knows what the obstacles at hand are. He's present with us through it all, and He knows what we're dealing with. And so when we start our day, okay, instead of, like I was mentioning, it was one of those days where I didn't get very good night's sleep. I wanted to stay under the covers. I wanted to just have a day of being inside. And there was this, opportunity that came up, and some income generation, and it was like I needed to act. And in order to act, there were several tasks I needed to do to complete that task. And the efforts that were required to complete that task forced me to get out from under the covers, forced me to get off the couch, forced me to get dressed and to begin my day completing this task in order to receive the money, right? And so after I completed all the parts to the task, and the item was, packaged for shipping, then it was like, I'm now free. And at that point, it's like, I'm already out and about. I'm starting to realize, wow, it's like 70-degree weather today. It's beautiful. Like, what do I really want to do? I want to walk on the trail, okay? And again, this is what I mean about the muck and the sand and, the traffic and all these things. So it's like where I was in that moment, it was like so much traffic. It was like just giving me a headache for how much traffic I was stuck in because of the timing of the day. But finally, I got out of that pocket of traffic and I got to this place where I enjoy walking and hiking. And normally I go to a different set of trails. But today I decided to take a different path. And how glorious this path is. And this is what I mean about, like, we think that what we want to do for ourselves is great. And then what God brings us to is way greater than what we thought was great. And that's about trusting the process and trusting that He's got us. He knows what's going to fill our heart and our soul. And He's going to lead us to it. And at the same time, like, you can't, it's like God is a mystery, right? So it's like we can't predict what God's gonna do. Like, He does things in a new, exciting way all the time. And so that's the interesting, exciting part of it, is that what you thought was one particular way gets uncovered in a completely different way because you surrender. And then when you keep surrendering, God keeps showing you more and more. And that's the beauty of it. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It's in the surrender that then we are willing to then do the responsibility. And when we do the responsibility, we are willing to continue to be more in the surrender. So it's kind of like the more we surrender, the more we are willing to take on more responsibility. And the more responsibility that we take on, the more surrender we're willing to go deeper into more surrender because of each level of responsibility gives us the confidence that God really is leading and that we have more capacity to trust Him even more because we've seen what He keeps delivering. He keeps delivering above what we expected. And, that's what's beautiful. Like, to have a certain level of expectation, and then for each time for God to keep exceeding that expectation and give you more and more than what you thought was possible. And then as receiving more and more of God's love and blessings, we have more depth to continue on and to continue to trust and continue to walk by faith that God has more for us to see, more for us to experience. And it's in that trusting of what God has in store for us that we continue to walk by faith and take on even more responsibility. So as we take on more and more responsibility, then we keep moving away from, trusting in other people to do things for us, but we put our faith and our trust in God alone, that He will be our source. God alone is our provider. God alone is our counselor, is our comforter. And not that we don't still relate to other people and have conversations. We do. We're human. But to go first to God with our requests, to go first to God with our complaints, to go first to God with our gratitude, and then to see how He turns that into something way beyond what we imagined, because we're being obedient to what He says. And I just want to emphasize, what I know and what I understand about the basic instructions before leaving Earth is to my level, my awareness, my knowledge in this moment, right now. And tomorrow I'll have a completely different idea of what that means, because I'm growing and expanding. And what God is calling me to do may not be what God is calling you to do. It may be a completely different journey, and it may be a completely different walk. But for me to stretch myself to some of the things that I'm being asked and, to stretch to, for me is challenging, okay? And for you to be stretched to some of the things that you're being asked to be stretched to may be challenging for you. So again, my encouragement is to take it one day at a time and to surrender to the Lord. Have a good one, everybody.